Hello, folks. We're over to Hancock's tonight. Thought maybe you'd like to hear the Hancock family. We're the only members here in Evelyn when we first came here. And we'll have each one of them say something to you. I should say that Brother Hancock was the only member. Sister Hancock and Judy were just baptized last month. Judy is 9 years old, and they have another boy 5 years old, and then Janet, the baby, is just turning 2 years old. John Gary is in bed asleep, so we'll have to do with Judy and Janet and Brother and Sister Hancock.
Dear Sister Garrett, this is Judith Hancock. My mother has to give you a 2.5-minute talk next Sunday, so she doesn't know what to talk about, so my father is gonna write it out for her. And I have to give a sacrament gem for the month of July. And I've been sick with tonsillitis, and I have to have them out in the fall. We've been picking blueberries. That was really interesting. We made 3 pies. The elders had one, and we finished the other 2. I think I'll count for you and finish. I'm part Finnish. Don't know whether you know what that is, but we've got quite a few of them up here at Evelyn. This is from 1 to 10. Yksi, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, Judy and I are going to sing in German for you. This is a song about a little doggy. It is ears cut short, tail cut long. In lauter Bier hab ich mein Stamm verloren. Now this one is about a fellow. He lost his girlfriend, and he looked all over. He looked here and there, and in America. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, wo ist denn mein Schatz geblieben? Sie ist nicht hier, sie ist nicht da, sie ist vielleicht in Amerika. There's nothing I'd like to do more than meet you, Brother and Sister Garrett, but for now, this will have to suffice. And I want you to know we've enjoyed meeting with Elder Garrett and all the other elders too. And I've always thought what a wonderful comfort and joy it would be to have a son be an elder out in the mission field. I think that would be just about the most wonderful thing I could ever experience with one of my children. And, may God bless you. Good night.
I don't know where Sister Hancock got her German, but it sounds like she knows a little bit. She says she knows Norwegian too. Right now we're waiting for Brother Hancock to write something down and take a few notes. Seems as though everybody, when they face this microphone, spellbound. I guess you remember back when I first got my machine, how you'd stand in one room and I'd be in the other room coaxing. Brother Hancock will be here in a minute to say a few words to you.
Dear Father and Sister Garrett, this is Brother Hancock. We've come to know and admire your son in his sincere way and his great faith and love for the gospel. He's an example for us here in a small group of saints, and I'm sure you're richly blessed for your sacrifice in sending your son on a mission. Your boy is doing a great work, and you and I both are proud of him. I would like personally to meet you and tell you how glad I am that your son came upon his mission. For his work, he converted my wife and helped me far more than anyone will ever know. May the Lord bless and keep you.
Thou that dwellest
couldn't tell that. That was the first verse of Oh My Father. Elder Pedersen and I and Brother Sister Hancock and Judy were supposed to be singing that. I'll let you figure out what it was for yourselves. After me telling you, maybe you'll be able to find something out about it. We're back in our lodge now. It's now about 11:30. We've been over to Hancock's for quite a while. They're certainly swell people. I think I haven't met anyone finer than them in my entire mission. I'm certainly looking forward to the day when they can come out to Utah after I get home from my mission and be able to go through the temple with them. I'm sure they're a fine family. I think Brother Hancock is saying too much praise. It wasn't me that converted Sister Hancock. It was certainly done by the work of the Lord. All I did was really meet with them and make friends. She did the rest by herself, by studying and praying about the gospel. We know that we can't convert anybody regardless of how hard we try. If they are converted to the gospel, it's through their own study and prayer. And certainly the way she did it, she's certainly a wonderful lady, and she's really been blessed for partaking of the gospel. And I'm sure that the blessings will continue with them. It's getting quite late. We have to take the machine back tomorrow morning to take it to Virginia where we got it. So we'll have to do our recording tonight before we go to bed, and what we don't do tonight we'll have to finish in the morning. I was a little disappointed in the recording I got from you. I expected a little more. However, I was very happy to hear. Well, your voice again, even though I couldn't tell everything you were saying. Next time I would like very much to have you take one of the hour spools and record a full hour. Each one of you talk for a few minutes, and I'd like to hear all of you sing, play the piano. And we have plenty of wire at home, as you know. There's plenty upstairs in my bedroom on the table. And I'd really enjoy having another wire. I'd like you to make a recording as quick as you get this one in and listen to this one. And you can get Dolores and her mother and grandmother and all the neighbors and friends in and have them make a recording. I'd really enjoy it a lot. I think now we'll have Elder Pedersen say something to you before we go to bed.
As you might know, or from Elder Garrett's letter, Elder Garrett and I both came up here when we came up here on February the 3rd, we came up together from the Twin Cities. I had been out just 2 weeks then and had been working in Virginia up until the time that he and I were put together. And when we were always kidding about each other where we lived, well, where I live we call Teepee Town. It's about 7 miles outside of Salt Lake City, and according to the map it really doesn't have a name, so we call it Teepee Town. But I've really enjoyed the privilege I have of being here in the mission field and serving our Lord. And then, of course, the last 2 weeks have been 2 of the most inspirational weeks that I think I've witnessed so far in my life. When we went out to the country and without purser script, as your son might have told you, and depended entirely upon the Lord to provide for us. When I was set apart to come upon my mission, I was told that I would never have to worry about the necessities of life, that I would always have a meal waiting for me, that somehow, somewhere, we missed a meal. One meal we had nothing but milk and cookies, but we still never missed a meal, and the Lord really blessed us. And then also, your son might have wrote of a couple of the very outstanding inspirational experiences which we had, where we could really see the hand of the Lord working, that they opened up the hearts of the people and they took us in and gave us a place to rest. And I'd like to add that your son is a fine missionary. He's really doing a good job out here. And the Hancocks really appreciate him, and so do the rest of the members up here. True, at times we feel blue, but we still have our testimony and the truth to guide us on. And I'll close by just saying, God bless you, that you might be happy always.
Elder Patterson didn't have too much to say just now. Maybe before the wire gets filled up, he will say some more. Failed to mention what day this was. This is July the 16th, 1951, of course. It's the first opportunity I've had of getting this recording machine to play the recording that you sent me. So today was the first I'd heard the recording that you made a month ago. As you recall in the letters I have written, I should say, we've been out in the country for a few days. We did have a very enjoyable time while we were out. People were very nice to us and took us in. And it was really thrilling to see the Spirit of the Lord work among these people. The wire ran short. Had quite a bit to say, and there wasn't enough on the wire to say it all. And I would like to have you make another recording on a full-hour spool and send it to me. I'd really appreciate hearing it. Sure made me happy to hear all your voices again. I kind of missed Dad and Arnold there, and I couldn't hear everything all of you were saying. And I would like to have you all get together and make a recording of Dolores and her mother and grandmother and anyone else that you'd care to have come and make it. May the Lord bless you with everything you stand in need of. You don't know how much I appreciate the things you're doing for me. I know when I was at home I probably didn't show much appreciation, but I realize it now. May God bless you always. You're certainly doing many things which is pleasing before Him. I only hope and pray that when I come home that I'll be able to repay you for the many things that you're doing for me now. I don't know what Ward is doing at home. I don't know where all the fellows are that were going to school. How about Zan and Homer and Leroy and Bart and Deloy and all those guys? Did they go in the Army when they got out of college, or what's happened to them? I'd like to hear and know what all the boys are doing at home. How the elders' softball team is coming. They're going to go to church and win the church tournament this year. I sure hope they do. When I get home, I hope I'll be able. This looks like just about the end of the wire coming up now. About 20 minutes after 12. Time I hit the sack. Got to doctor my knee a little bit. I may go and see the doctor tomorrow and have him look it over and see what he sees.